Hello and welcome to Clearview Television. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Youth Wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) urges federal government to quickly put an end to the rising spate of insecurity and killings across the country. Says enough is enough. Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities (SANU) and the Non-Academic Staff Union (NASU) threaten full-blown indefinite strike over non-implementation of 2009 agreement reached with the federal government. Overloaded truck crashes in Indonesia's West Papua province, killing 18 passengers. I am Nkiru Obuli. Welcome. The Youth Wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) has called on the federal government to quickly put an end to the rising spate of insecurity and killings across different parts of the country. At an interactive session with journalists in Abuja this Wednesday on key national issues, the group's national chairman, Bello Sochukwu Enwere, decried the worsening security situation across the country. He therefore called on the government to find a lasting solution to the killings and other forms of criminality in the country.
Despite the efforts so far made in combating crime, Youth Wing Christian Association of Nigeria observes the urgent need to curb the rising wave of attacks, killings, destruction of lives, properties, farmland, and livelihood of innocent citizens within the northern states, especially within Christian communities. If this malady is not checked, there is every likelihood that famine and economic activities will be crippled in 2023 farming season. Enough is enough over these deadly episodes. Oozing from all parts of Nigeria, citizens are urged to collectively put to a stop to bad governance and irresponsible leadership. And this can be achieved by the collective resolve to utilize our PVCs and cause a change of details of rules in Nigeria.
Ahead of the 2023 general elections, Bello Sochukwu said the Youth Wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria, in partnership with relevant stakeholders, has put up strategies in place to sensitize youths on the need to exercise their franchise. He stressed the need for eligible youths to come out in their numbers to vote for credible candidates that will take the nation out of the present security challenges and other social malice for peace and true development to thrive.
That Youth Wing Christian Association of Nigeria shall embark on the updating of the existing database of the Christian youth across Nigeria and continue to collaborate and work in concert with all stakeholders towards a robust sensitization of our people on the continuous voters registration with the aim of ensuring that all eligible youths procure permanent voters card. 4, that Youth Wing Christian Association of Nigeria, in addition to engaging her members in ceaseless prayers, proceed with action to support a presidential candidate that will save and deliver this dying nation of ours, Nigeria, from its present state.
Commenting on the recent death of a popular gospel artist, Osinachi Nwachukwu, believed to have been caused by domestic violence, the Christian youth group called on Nigerians to shun all forms of domestic violence against women. Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabor, has been speaking of the determination of the nation's security agencies to sustain the existing peace in the Niger Delta region. He said this is the only way to secure oil and gas facilities in the region if Nigeria must increase its oil production capacity to meet its enormous development needs and national growth. General Irabo stated this during a courtesy visit to Bayelsa State Governor Doye Diri at the government house in Yenagua.
The Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabor, is on a tour to the Niger Delta states. His visit is premised on the rising spate of illegal oil bunkering and other security issues surrounding gas production in the region. Speaking during a courtesy visit to the Bayelsa State Government House in Yenagua, General Irabor said the visit was aimed at solidifying partnerships between the state government and the Nigerian armed forces in combating oil theft, kidnapping, and destruction of facilities across the state.
We are here because we needed you to live in peace and harmony. We are here because we want to preserve, God-given resources for us to be able to use it collectively for our progress and development.
Governor Doye Diri, while speaking, said the security challenges in the region were as a result of the unfair treatment by oil firms and regulatory bodies against the interest of host communities. He therefore called for equity and justice to help address the lingering issues.
I believe that part of the problem is youth unemployment in Bayelsa State and indeed in our country, Nigeria. And in your attempt to solve this problem, as you rightly mentioned, it is not all about kinetic actions. We must all work in concert. If oil production comes down, Bayelsa State is equally affected. And so we are ready to collaborate with you to ensure that this illegal oil bunkering business has nowhere and no place in Bayelsa State. You see poverty, you see hunger, you see thirst in a community where billions are extracted on a daily basis. And you cannot reconcile why it should be so. We will still agitate for the IOCs to do something and the federal government to also do something better than what they are doing.
Now, members of a host community in Isoko land of Delta State has given a 14-day ultimatum to oil companies operating in the community to peacefully shut down operations and begin to address their demands with immediate effect. The youth group of the community, under the aegis of the United Coalition Front Emancipation Movement, who feel marginalized by the oil companies, threatened to launch attacks on various installations by oil companies in Isoko land if the companies fail to accede to their requests. This is contained in a statement issued by the group and signed by its spokesman, Mr. Owu, which was made available to journalists in Warri on Tuesday. The group had last month threatened to launch coordinated attacks on oil and gas flow stations, pipelines, trunk line, and other equipment if the companies refuse to heed to their demands, which include the engagement of Isoko youths into the onshore and offshore platforms of the oil companies. Other demands included the promotion of the few Isoko sons and daughters working with the companies into management positions, as well as intensive training of people on various skills acquisition programs. The group also called for the establishment of an Isoko Ethnic Nationality Regional Development Commission for the fast and efficient human capacity development of Isoko youths. A non-governmental organization, Clean Foundation, this Wednesday in Abuja held a one-day capacity building seminar for agencies within the Nigerian police that carry out oversight functions. It was aimed at providing a platform for improving relationship between the public and the police with a view to achieving good policing and ensuring proper service delivery. Both the program manager of Clean Foundation, Chigozirim Okoro, and the program officer Olani Olamayowa speak further on the significance of the capacity building seminar.
Strengthen police and policing in Nigeria.
I think like drop in an ocean. We are seeing some little changes here and there. Of course, Nigerians still expect the very significant ones that everybody can see.
Also speaking, the Assistant Chief Administration Officer, Police Discipline Department of Nigeria Police Service Commission, Bridget Ugege, explained that the police oversight agencies as watchdogs for the Nigerian citizens and the society at large are designed to ensure that the police officers and personnel carry out their duties of maintaining law and order with integrity and accountability.
We're trying to bring more awareness to the public to make sure that they know that the Commission is there for them, so that cases of police officers who step out of the realm of their duties, who cross the line, so that we can treat these cases as quickly as possible and weed out the bad seeds from the police to make it more effective.
Staying with the police, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Al-Ali Baba, has pledged that all rank-and-file policemen across the country who have remained in the same rank since 2017 will be promoted in the next 24 hours. He made the pledge while addressing officers and policemen of Zone 7 headquarters during his familiarization visit and commissioning of projects in Abuja. He also noted that ahead of the 2023 general elections, the Nigeria Police Force will embark on training and retraining of its officers and men on how to conduct themselves while performing their duties in line with the Electoral Act. The police chief also charged them and other security agencies to be alert in the discharge of their duties following the increased targets of security personnel by criminal elements in the country. We'll take a quick break now and bring you more reports when we return. Please stay with us.
Listen to this truth. We are growing by the day and our viewership keeps growing on our different platforms. We are inviting you to advertise your goods and services with us at incredibly low rates. And do you have news for us? Script or video? Please contact us through our email address clearviewnewsroom@gmail.com or WhatsApp line 080-650-30-300. Again, 080-650-30-300. Welcome on board.
You're welcome back. And to education now, the Senior Staff Association of Nigeria Universities, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union, NASU, have called on well-meaning Nigerians and stakeholders in the university system to prevail on the federal government to honor the agreement it freely entered into with both unions to avoid a total breakdown of industrial harmony in Nigerian universities and allied educational institutions. They made the passionate appeal during a news conference in Abuja this Wednesday. Clearview TV's Ridwan Ogbara now completes the story.
The news briefing was called to acquaint Nigerians with the pending matters that led to the resumption of the ongoing industrial action embarked upon by both SANU and NASU, expressing dissatisfaction over the federal government's failure to live up to its honor by implementing an agreement it freely entered into with the two unions. The JAG spokesman Peters Adeyemi noted that the recurring cause of the industrial unrest between NASU and SANU and the federal government has been the total disrespect and contemptuous disregard for collective bargaining by the government.
What are the issues that have led to these strike actions? 1. The problem of inconsistencies in payment with IPPIS. 2. Non-payment of earned allowances. 3. Non-payment of arrears of the consequential adjustment of the national minimum wage as well as the national minimum wage itself. 4. Poor funding of state universities. 5. Delay in renegotiation of the 2009 agreements. 6. Non-release of white paper of visitation panels.
Despite the threat of no work, no pay directive by the federal government, SANU and NASU, currently on a warning strike, also noted that they will have no choice than to embark on a full-scale indefinite strike if the government fails to put things in proper shape.
The above issue, among others, represent the core of our disagreement with the government, arising from the last memorandum and following up on the issues. We are written no less than 10 letters or reminders to the government to no avail, not even an acknowledgement. It was at the end of all these reminders, with no acknowledgement by the government, that we were left with no other result but to embark on a 2 weeks warning strike. Prior to the strike, due process was duly followed, and the notice were issued in line with extant laws. Shamefully and painfully, there was no attempt by the government to intercept or even invite the unions to a meeting. As of today, 2 weeks extension is getting to the middle, and with no response in sight from government, we may be left with no result but to embark on an indefinite and total strike. To say we are saddened by the developments is putting it mildly. It is unbelievable that a government cannot live up to its honor by implementing an agreement it freely entered into.
Recall that the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has since commenced an indefinite strike to compel the federal government to implement the agreement it reached with it in 2009. Ridwan Ogbara, reporting for Clearview Television.
A pressure group, the Unified Northern Nigeria Youth Forum, is unrelenting in its call on the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, to contest the 2023 presidential election. Addressing a news conference in Lokoja, the Kogi State capital, the group said Emefiele, as an astute banker who had played a key role in stabilizing the nation's economy, Nigeria stands to witness more economic progress, prosperity, and peace under his leadership. Clearview TV's Florence Joshua has the details.
According to the foreign spokesman and Director General Mohammed Sani Aliyu, after making consultations in 17 northern states and Kogi being the 18th, Unified Northern Nigerian Youth Forum is convinced that the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele has what it takes to turn around the Nigerian economy for the betterment of the citizens.
The northerners have been there. So since it's the time for us to give the South the presidency, we are calling on all and sundry, every stakeholder in northern Nigeria, to support a southern candidate to emerge as the president of this country. Even not for anything, for our unity, for our brotherhood. We eat together with the southerners. We sleep in the same bed. We attend the same school. When we lead, they follow. Why is it that when it's their time for them to produce presidents, we are trying to stop it? We are not being fair to them. Because if you look at the 2019 election, all the presidential aspirants were northerners. There was no southerner. Because they knew that by 2023, the power is supposed to go back to the south. But now, this 2023, coming 2020, we have over 10 northerners, powerful northerners, seeking to replace our own President Muhammad Buhari in the villa, which is not fair.
The Kogi State Coordinator Issa Umaru speaks further on why the Unified Northern Nigerian Youth Forum is pushing for the emergence of Emefiele as president in 2023.
The masses have their reasons for choosing Dr. Emefiele, and they include his foresight on insisting Nigeria must diversify its economy. Because of his knowledge and expertise of the economy at home and abroad, he was recently listed in the Forbes Africa Undiscovered series for Nigeria. Forbes Africa looks for resilient game changers, self-starters, innovators, entrepreneurs, and disruptors who have been leading ideas and industries while purposefully contributing to nation building and positively impacting the lives around them. All these attributes they found in Dr. Godwin Emefiele. Personally, Dr. Godwin Emefiele is scandal-free. Never has there been any scandal attached to him from his days in the private sector to now as the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria.
In his remarks, the convener Mohammed Saliud Al-Lami said the forum was in full support of zoning the office of president in 2023 to the southeast. He further threw more light on the suitability of Godwin Emefiele for the nation's #1 position at this point in time.
Thousands of Kogi youth benefited from the COVID-19 loan initiatives of the CBN governor. These interventions are few among many economics and life-saving initiatives of Dr. Godwin Emefiele. This has helped the economy of Kogi State and the country in general. We are therefore calling on the patriotic, brilliant, and hardworking Nigerian, Dr. Godwin Emefiele, to declare his intention to run for presidency in the coming elections.
The Unified Northern Nigerian Youth Forum further described Emefiele as destabilized, patriotic and Christian, devoid of religious sentiment and bigotry, and a firm believer in the unity of Nigeria. Florence Joshua, reporting for Clearview Television.
Three northern presidential aspirants under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, are pushing ahead with their common consultations across the country for one of them to emerge as a consensus candidate of the party for the 2023 presidential election. The three aspirants are former Senate President Bukola Saraki, former Speaker of the House of Representatives and incumbent Governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwal, and former Federal Capital Territory Minister and incumbent Governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed. They were also at Umuabiakwa in Obingwa local government area of Abia State, where they met with Governor Okezie Ikpeazu and other critical stakeholders of the PDP in the state. Speaking on behalf of the three of them, Saraki, a former two-term governor of Kwara State, said the PDP remains the only hope and viable vehicle presently for rebuilding and repositioning the Nigerian nation to achieve desired progress and greatness. He said that it was remarkable that the three of them have decided to work together for the Nigerian project and called for support from the Nigerian people.
And we're here to seek his support because he is very important into ensuring that PDP will win and ensuring that these consensus things work. And we thank you for his words. We feel inspired and encouraged and further motivated to go ahead. We know this is the first time this kind of thing is happening by aspirants coming on their own. We know it's a tough challenge, and we know people believe that will it work. Let me reassure Nigerians that we are very determined. We are driven by the determination to turn this country around. And if the sacrifice we have to make to turn this country around.
Welcoming the unity of purpose among the presidential aspirants, Governor Okezie Ikpeazu noted that the PDP has a responsibility to save Nigeria from bad governance of the ruling APC and urged party leaders and members to work together for the party to win at all levels in the 2023 general elections.
The survival of our country, the interest of the poor masses of this country should come before whatever personal agenda we have. And I'm happy that Nigeria has patriots and leaders who are capable of saying Nigeria first. This is the spirit, and I'm for it. I will support it. I will do everything. I'll work for it.
And on the foreign scene, South African authorities have urged residents of its eastern coast to stay at home as the death toll from the heavy rains and floods rises to 59. The floods hit the province of KwaZulu-Natal, which includes the coastal city of Durban, where roads cracked and gave way to deep fissures and a huge stack of shipping containers collapsed into muddy waters. A bridge near Durban was swept away, leaving people stranded in either side. C4 Humoka, a member of the Executive Council for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs in KwaZulu-Natal, in a Twitter post, said teams have been evacuating people in areas that had experienced mudslides, floodings, and structural collapses of buildings and roads, and efforts were being made to restore power in affected municipalities across the region. He added that the local government had asked private and religious institutions to assist with emergency relief operations and have requested help from the South African National Defence Force to provide aerial support. The extreme weather comes just months after heavy rain and floods hit other parts of southern Africa, with 3 tropical cyclones and 2 tropical storms over just 6 weeks from late January. There were 230 reported deaths and 1 million people affected.
I got nowhere to go now. I got no house, I got no nothing. The situation is very, very bad. I don't know where we're going to sleep now.
At around 3 a.m., I felt the truck shaking, and I thought maybe somebody bumped it. But when I tried to open the curtain, I saw the water level was very high. I tried to start the truck, and after a few attempts, I managed to drive away.
Outside Africa, a truck carrying 29 people hit a hillside and overturned near an illegal gold mine in Indonesia's West Papua province on Wednesday, killing 18 people and leaving others injured. Police authorities said the truck crammed with miners and their families were headed to the capital of West Papua province to celebrate Easter. They were on their way from a mining area in Miambo village of Arfak Mountain District when the overloaded truck hit the mountain and flipped over before dawn. Survivors said the truck's engine apparently lost power while going up a hill. It rolled backwards before crashing, killing 13 people instantly, including a child and the driver. The other 16 were taken to 2 hospitals, some in critical condition, and 5 died while receiving treatment. That's all on the news. Before we go, a quick recap of our main stories. The youth wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, has called on the federal government to quickly put an end to the rising spate of insecurity and killings across different parts of the country, noting that enough is enough. The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union, NASU, have called on well-meaning Nigerians and stakeholders in the university system to prevail on the federal government to honor the agreement it freely entered into with both unions to avoid a total breakdown of industrial harmony in Nigerian universities and allied educational institutions. And we also told you that an overloaded truck had crashed in Indonesia's West Papua province, killing 18 passengers. A child and the driver are among those killed in the crash. Remember to like us on Facebook, Clearview Television. Follow us on Twitter at Clearview Online. Follow us on Instagram at Clearview TV_NG. And also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Clearview TV. Thanks for watching. I am Nkiru Obuli.